Hey, thanks for, hello. Hey, welcome to Feefee Online, where today we bring you the most exciting news. Welcome to today's video, where I'm going to be talking about what your favorite Stardew Valley character says about you. I know a lot of people love the game because of the characters. I think each of them is unique, and I think that's what makes Stardew Valley unique and so special. I really love all of them, and maybe not all of them, but these are all 100% accurate. I mean, unless you tell me otherwise in the comments. Alright, and today we're going to start off with Shane. So if Shane is your favorite character, you know, your number one choice of a marriage candidate, you wear glasses. And if you don't wear glasses, you wear contacts. And if you don't wear glasses or contacts, then you probably should go to the eye doctor. You have a savior's complex, but you already knew this. So I know you're not surprised. I mean, the whole point of Shane's character is that you save him from his drunkenness. Next, you actually like to wear jeans, and you probably have some jean shorts, which scares me. And you're very, very nice. Anyway, next is our girl Leah. Also, I don't own any of this art, but I love all of this art. If Leah is your favorite Stardew Valley marriageable candidate, you are definitely an LGBTQ plus ally. I can't speak, and I definitely can't rap, so trying to say that, it's really difficult for me. Moving on. You also wear sweatpants every single day. You're a goal setter. And you're motivated, but you're not disciplined. So you make all these goals and you do all these things and you write down all your plans for your whole life, but you struggle to actually accomplish them because you're not disciplined enough to do it. You hate moths. And you're a good friend. It's that Hufflepuff type of loyalty. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Next up is your boy Alex, Muscle Man. If Alex is your favorite marriageable candidate, you own a pair of Nike Air Forces, or at least you did, and then you realized that they're not all the hype and you got rid of them. You're very forgiving. Too forgiving. You love Adele. Isn't her new album so awesome? Hopefully people aren't watching this like 50 years in the future and they're like, oh, that old album, yeah, that was my favorite back in my day. You're a good listener. I love Alex's heart events where you hear a little bit more about his past. Next is Penny, your girl Penny. Isn't that art so cute? Oh my gosh. You definitely had a crush on one of your teachers in elementary school or in high school or in college. You just had a crush on a teacher at some point. And if you didn't have a crush on your teacher, then you've definitely called your teacher mom before. And I know that that encompasses most people who went to a school, but you especially. And you still remember it vividly. It haunts you. You also have a savior's complex because you have to save Penny from Pam. You have a small voice and you sneeze like a kitten. You love a good MILF. Next is Sam Bam. If Sam's your favorite, you're a weeb. I mean, he's got the anime hair, so obviously. You have unattainable skateboarding goals. You either weren't allowed to skateboard as a kid, or your dexterity just isn't high enough and you can't skateboard. You have a contagious smile. I feel like Sam would too. That's why you guys would go well together. At least your character. These are fake. These are fake characters. Why am I acting like they're real? Anyway, you still love Avril Lavigne. And I hope you do because, hello, she's the queen of rock. You usually start dating Sam after you originally were going after Alex. And then you realize, why am I going to go after the hot jock when there's another hot skater, emo boy-ish? Not really the emo boy, that's Sebastian, but we'll get to him later. You're like, why would I go after Alex when I can go after Sam? And Sam is way happier than Alex, and way nicer from the beginning. So anyway, that's probably what happened. And you're super fun to be around. I feel like he needs you to match that energy. While we're here, please like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Twitter that I never post. I don't know if there's anything else I should be saying at this moment, but do it right now. Up next is Maru. Good girl Maru. Maru's your favorite, then you definitely had a galaxy phase as a kid. You know, the phase where your background was a galaxy, your phone case was a galaxy, you had shoes that had a galaxy on them. There were those really crappy printed leggings and sweatshirts that had galaxies all over them. And maybe you're still in that phase. And in that case, I'm sure that the quality of all those items is much better than it was 10 years ago. You have a smooth brain, and that's okay. Most of us do, but especially if you go after Maru. Also, you probably don't exist. Please tell me in the comments below if you actually picked Maru as your first ever marriage candidate. And by the way, to preface everything, all of these apply if these were your first picks. Like, you first started playing the game and you first decided that you liked Alex, or you first decided that you liked Leah, then this applies to you. This doesn't apply to people who've played the game 5 times and like want to pick a different person every single time. So please tell me if you picked Maru the first time, because I think that they really did her dirty, and by they, I mean Concerned Ape. I think he really did her dirty. She is such a cute character, but her like portfolio, you know, like her little profile pic, I don't know what you call it, her portrait. I think that these other ones like leading up to it are way cuter, especially the second one. Oh, I love it. I feel like Maru is a character that you like as a friend, but you don't actually marry her the first time. Anyway, this is a long rant to say, please tell me if Maru was your first, because I don't think those people exist. Continue. Elliot. If Elliot's your first choice, in high school, you took honors classes, not AP or IB, honors. And for some reason, you thought that you were better than the AP kids or the IB kids because you took honors, and you were like, oh, I was smart enough not to take those classes because I knew that they were just going to pile on a bunch of homework, and I didn't want to be drowning in all of it all the time. So in reality, I'm smarter than you and I'm not bitter. You love candles. You're a very calm person. I've never met a person who picked Elliot and didn't have like an ASMR worthy voice. You also hate sand. This one's so specific. You wrote books with your BFF in a blanket fort in grades 4th through 8th while listening to Taylor Swift on repeat. Probably the Red album. It is the best one. It might not have been Taylor Swift, and it might not have necessarily been in a fort, but you definitely wrote books, and they had really crappy plots, likely a werewolf and or vampire, and if neither of those, an angsty teenage boy named after a color. Next, we have Emily. You burn incense, and you might not really like the smell of it, but you burn it anyway because that's what the cool kids are doing. You have a natural inclination to love others. Like, loving comes easy for you. You have a natural inclination to love people. You're an empath. But really, I think anyone who loves Emily gravitates toward how nice she is, and she's so friendly. The kind of people that say, bye, I love you, after like 2 minutes of knowing you. And sometimes like it makes people feel a little bit awkward, but you still do it anyway because you just love to give love. Moving on. You are a 70-year-old man. You might not actually be 70 years old, but you know that deep in your heart and in your soul and your attitude and possibly your joints that you're a 70-year-old man. You hate clothes. You just don't like wearing them. They're uncomfortable. Anyway, Sebastian, our favorite emo boy of Stardew Valley, Pelican Town. Is it Stardew Valley, Pelican Town? Why is it called Pelican Town? What does a pelican have to do with anything? Anyway, if Sebi is your favorite, you are a band, a theater, or choir kid in high school or elementary school, possibly both, possibly all 3. And I know this one is 100% accurate, so do not even deny me. You're understanding. I love how I start off by roasting you, and then I'm like, you're understanding and kind. You're a good shoulder to cry on, and I feel like Sebastian would cry a lot on your shoulder. You have an unhealthy attachment to technology. I think most of us do because this is the age of smartphones and, you know, computers and everything, but you especially, like, it's a problem, and you probably should dedicate 1 hour straight per day, not counting sleep, that you turn your phone off, put it on do not disturb, chuck it across the room, shove it in your couch so you don't see it. Why am I giving you life advice? Anyway, next one, 2 words, corpse husband. Anyway, moving on to Haley, favorite homegirl. Homemade haircut. You've cut your own hair before. Probably have given yourself bangs. It didn't work out at the time, and you hated yourself for doing it, but looking back, a pivotal point of your life, of your self-growth, your self-discovery journey, part of that was cutting your hair and or dyeing it. You're super fun. This one seems a little bit mean, but hear me out. Haley obviously is the hot girl of Stardew Valley, and she was created so that you dated her because she's pretty. She's mean. You don't like her at the beginning, so you have to keep courting her, get her to like you, you start to like her, then you realize that she's not actually half bad. But who cares if you're basic, because you have landed the hottest girl in Pelican Town / Stardew Valley. You're definitely an overthinker in life. I don't really have any justification for this one, but I just know that I'm right. Next up, we have Harvold. Chicken strips. That's literally the only thing that you get when you go to a restaurant, unless you're a vegan, because you're too scared to try anything new at a restaurant. So you always get chicken strips. You wore fake glasses, or still do wear fake glasses, because you think it's a fashion statement. Speaking of which, next, you definitely had a duct tape collection when you were like 12, 13, and you made like duct tape wallets and all that stuff. I always wanted to be that kid, but my mom never let me, so. All right, enough of these. You're the mom or dad friend, potentially both at the same time. You like to make everyone feel included, and those are the like my favorite kind of people in a group. You know, when you meet a new group of friends and you're scared, but that one person calls on you and tries to make conversation with you, and you feel so seen and so much more comfortable now that you have someone to like cling to and follow around. That's you to other people. You also have too many blankets or pillows on your bed, so maybe, you know, get rid of a few. Also, I worry for your safety. Next, we have Abigail. Minecraft. That's your second favorite game after Stardew Valley. You're a deep thinker. You're philosophical? Philosophical? I don't even know how to say it. Philosophical. Yeah, you're a deep thinker. You're philosophical. You think way too hard about life, and every single conversation that you have with somebody somehow leads to how we're all just on a giant rock floating in space.
Into an endless void.
Anyway, you probably have anxiety because of that. You're very selective about the friends that you have, which is a good thing. Quality over quantity, right? You're very selective about the friends that you have, just because not everyone vibes with you. The problem is, people think that you're cool, but they think that like you're too cool, or that you think that you're too cool, so they don't want to approach you because they think that you think that you're too cool, even though you know that you're kind of just a nerd. Also, Halloween's your favorite holiday. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Again, like, subscribe, comment, tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I plan to make a roast version of this, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. Bye!